Alrighty, True Believers, episode 4 of the 1998 epic Silver Surfer cartoon.
The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh, the planet.
The planet, rather, sorry.
Which is a misnomer, because basically...
It really wasn't a...
it was just trolls, and Silver Surfer... Yeah, Silver Surfer is a hiatus, because he keeps calling them trolls. And Pip the Troll had said something about it, originally, like, hey, you're offensive.
Right.
And then he just, like, all right, yeah, I'll go hang out with the person who makes fun of me.
Right. He calls me little one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And his old lady didn't care, but, that's a whole other discussion.
No, the Surfer ends up captured by the Kree and enslaved with...
Which those two Kree were cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah.
The two Kree, like, heads...
Generals or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, commanders, heads of the facility.
But I don't like the gold helmets.
I didn't care for the gold one, no.
Yeah, but any of the gold helmets. Like,
right.
That doesn't make sense. But anyway, it's all right. Because we've never seen the Kree. The Kree have never had gold helmets like that, have they? It's always been...
Yeah, well, she had the other one, the blue one.
Had the Mohawk helmet.
Yeah, and his had a Mohawk, but it was gold, same color as the rest of the helmet, and Anyway.
But, another fun episode, and we find out where... The master... And wait, hold on. Let's talk about the term, the master. Isn't that an authoritative thing? And why would Zenla have such label?
Well, I would imagine because he was as enlightened as he was, and that he was a... it was a title, because Shalabal even said you were up for becoming the next master.
That's not why I asked the question. I asked the question because it's something that the blue hairs would be like, oh... they want to cancel the Silver Surfer from 1998 because,
Yeah.
Cancel culture. Go eat a bag of dicks. Wait, I apologize because you were already doing that. Oh, anyway. Not like a super wild episode. Would you say it's a filler episode?
Well, not necessarily that so much, but the
title was more enticing than the actual episode.
Yeah, because it turned out it was the planet. It was not like the planet of Dr. Moreau, like the original Moreau story.
It was just some slaves on a planet.
He was enslaved and with a collar that he ended up having to figure out how to get rid of it.
Be fucking zen with it, right?
Yeah. Zen law, right?
No,
but he had to accept the collar and absorb it into himself, to nullify it,
to break its hold on him.
Yes.
And I have a question. So here's the thing: like with the agonizer, they were at least implanted in the body or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What is this kink with collars and everybody wearing a collar for some kind of subjugation thing? I'm just throwing that out there. It's like I see it a lot. It's like,
Well, even Star Trek, the Gamesters Triskelion, had the collars.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It's a pretty common kink, if you will. Yeah.
I'm just saying because I'm like I was like, well, there's a cumbersome.
Because
when I was younger,
the collar subjugates you, and the kinky people use the collars in very much the same way. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like
I see it. I see what you're saying.
I'm just like,
but it could be an ankle bracelet or something on your wrist, which sometimes it is.
Yeah.
But very commonly the collar. Yeah.
That's a whole different type of fetish, but. It just kind of bothers me. And the one thing that bothered me about this episode, not the collar so much, because whatever, it's LA. But that when they go back to when he says to me my board,
yes,
they go back and it's not even the same. They could have just used the same plate with the same cell.
Yeah,
but no, it was some other damn it was all wonky somewhere else. I just didn't. Yeah. That was my thing. I didn't like because I'm like, well, why didn't they just?
That was most likely because of how it was animated and shot, and it just,
Still.
But it was
Nobody tracked it.
Yeah. somebody. Anyway, it just wasn't in the storyboards or whatever.
Like they just forgot about it and they decided to. Oh, here we go. Yeah,
right.
We need to kill some time. So
that was kind of a wonky edit. Yeah. But I mean that's technical but it's still.
Have we met?
Right. No, it's still
it did throw me off.
I noticed it too.
Yes.
Oh.
You're like,
yeah. But the whole thing.
So is the
master? The whole point of it for me, my takeaway was it was him reconnecting with his Zen law,
his chi,
traditions,
his thrill, his prana, right?
And values and
force,
right, and principles.
Yes,
because he's been a
monster.
He was so angry.
He's a genocidal monster. The Silver Surfer is a genocidal monster.
Yeah. And he's having to come to terms with that.
Right?
But he was not really in control of himself at the time.
I'm not.
No. But he still did those things. Yes. And he has to be, and he's coming to terms with it.
Following orders.
Yeah.
But that only works when it's Germans and Democrats.
But with his mind unlocked, all of that is sinking in, and he's feeling it.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about it.
He's got the feels. And he's still...
Yeah, he's feeling the feels.
He still is just bemoaning about his old lady. I'm just
going on and on about
how can you ride a surfboard with a heart on like that?
At least half a dozen references to her.
Yeah, every episode.
Well, in this one in particular, I'm free. I can go back to Zen law. I want to go back to my home world, and come to find that when he admits where he come from, and he's the former herald, who had led Galactus to these people's home worlds.
That's another question I have. So, all right, so because I've read the entire Marvel universe, handbooks, and, and the 87, the 84, the 85, and the 87 update.
Yeah.
So it's all okay. So Galactus does his thing because he needs energy to survive, to live, whatever, right?
It satisfies his cosmic hunger.
So this one just seems to be like, oh, well, I'm going to go fuck with the Silver Surfer. I'm going to go move his planet and do this and do that. And that expends energy.
And it seems a bit...
Petty.
Thank you.
Like...
that, and
so is it trying to instill in the children to always follow authoritative figures? Because look what could happen. I'm just throwing it out there because,
right. I mean, Galactus you would think
wouldn't give a shit.
Would have just moved on.
Yeah,
and just no, you
ain't nobody got time for that.
You're done. I'm done with you, and it's done. He wouldn't carry a grudge.
Right?
Especially for as long as Galactus has existed.
That's a lot of grudges.
And the short time that the Surfer actually he associated with him. I mean, and that's that's even a little vague. And,
I thought
how many eons was the Surfer serving Galactus? Yeah. And how would all of his people that he knew on Zen Law still be alive?
And that was the thing that I thought about when he was trapped him on Earth in the comics.
Yes.
Like, really? Like, just it's definitely sour grapes.
Well, yeah, and that is what the original Silver Surfer title, in the 60s was about, was him trapped on the Earth and dealing with it.
I know, I have
books. Right. But that's, and he come to find that the human race is not so much like his people after all. And he he had
to fight Frankenstein and Pirate Captain and in those first episodes.
Yeah.
First issues, and the only one that was any good was the Mephisto. So
Mephisto, yes. Oh God, Mephisto news.
Oh no.
What did I hear? Oh, never mind. We'll have to come back to it. If anybody knows the Mephisto news, refresh my memory, because I just heard something that Oh my
It's
God!
shocking.
Yes.
Pedro Pascal is going to play Mephisto.
Almost.
Oh my God!
Something very similar to that.
Oh,
The
sweet,
casting choices.
sweet Christ on
Oh
Sunday.
no! Sacha Baron Cohen.
What?
No shit.
Oh fuck!
I have to go into it and confirm it, but I heard that we're gonna get Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto.
My God!
Fucking A.
Wow. When with that, like, share, subscribe.